Colorado's 2025 football schedule is dropped, and they have.
This is exciting.
This is really exciting, and we're going to break this down in full. Colorado has 7 home games, and this is an interesting development. Because Colorado hasn't had 7 home games in 43 years, first time since 1982. Matt, let's break this schedule down in full. You got 3 non-conference games starting with Georgia Tech, and then open with BYU and others. Matt, what are your thoughts? Go ahead.
Look, I think they have a real chance to be pretty fucking good.
Me too.
Now, I all speculation. All, because I don't know what they're going to look like up front. I don't know what they're going to look like in the receiving corps. We don't know. But looking at this schedule, you would like to think that 7 home games and then Kansas State in Manhattan at the end of the year and Arizona State right before that, they're setting it up because they're saying, okay, these are going to be the good teams in the conference. These games are going to mean something at the end of the season.
Yep.
Get BYU to kind of open up the home conference schedule.
Right.
And then you got that game at Houston to break up the non-conference, which is interesting. I dig that. The Georgia Tech games, first time those teams have ever played, is the de facto 1990 championship game because that was the team that Tom Osborne voted for. He was the only coach in the country, that commie fuck, to vote for Georgia Tech. But look, I think that the schedule lines up for us to be successful, but we can't sit here and be like, they're going to be undefeated. It's going to be incredible. It's like, dude, pump your fucking brakes. Let's figure out what we've got and how it's all going to work together and how it's all going to just come together. I think that the quarterback competition is going to be intense.
Agreed.
I'm very eager to see who wins that and how they do it. I don't like not having a real rival on the schedule. Although Kansas State is a real rival for me, I don't know how everybody feels about it in the chat. I wish we played Nebraska every year. I wish we played Colorado State every year. Yeah. But it is what it is. So, we don't play Nebraska for a long time, chat. Like they're not on the schedule again forever. So we've got that needs to be rectified. But I don't know why they wouldn't, just judging off those 4 games and how popular they were and how much money they made off of them. BYU is not our rival. BYU is Utah's rival. Kansas State's our rival, bro. Mm-hmm. And that they need to be. Kansas State needs to be the rival. So, look, I dig the schedule. 7 home games, first time since 1982 is awesome. And then they don't really go. I mean, their furthest trip is West Virginia. Now, that West Virginia, that game freaks me the fuck out because Morgantown is so isolated and so far away. And I just think that's always like it's late in the season. Like the home games are stacked at the beginning of the year, and then you've got like 3 home games and a bunch of road games, stacked together at the end. So you've got to go out and take care of your games at home. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely. And shout out to Brian Howe, Bus Reporter, has been on the show. He says it's crazy that 2025 will be Colorado's first season in 43 years with 7 home games with the 68 Power 4 teams and counting Notre Dame, 45 at 7 or 8 home games in 2024. All the others have had at least one, many with multiple seasons, with 7 or 8 home games in the last 5 years. Just an interesting stat. Shout out to Brian Howe on that. And no, you mentioned it. I mean, it definitely makes you optimistic looking at the schedule. Now, we have a whole offseason of transitioning and development to be had. Well, obviously,
we should be 4-0 hosting BYU.
Yeah, that would be the ideal thing. Georgia Tech
Georgia Tech would be crazy.
Houston's going to be a bloodbath. Like that's going to be
Houston's going to be a hard game, but again, they should be 4-0 hosting BYU. That TCU game, they're going to get right on their mind because that's what set off the whole prime locomotion. Mm-hmm. Iowa State just played the title game. You play both teams that played the title game, K-State and Utah. It's not an easy schedule by any means.
Yeah, agreed.
What is that? Arizona and Arizona State at home. So, you get both the Arizona schools at home. Well, it's a schedule, that's for sure. I mean, the new Big 12, this is what it is. So, you're not getting Oklahoma and Texas and shit, peeps. Just remember that. Don't sleep on Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and
Georgia Tech is tough as fuck. They go on the road all the time and beat people. They are not in any way, shape, or form, anybody you can look over.
Yeah, and Brent Key's building a monster out there. Georgia Tech's no joke. They're going to come ready to play, but I mean, I'm excited. I like that Kansas State's at the end of the year. Colorado gets to build up and
are not a good one for Seago's O-line because they need NFL experience. You mean my 6-year NFL pension? That's not experience playing both ways. Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. 6 years both D-line and O-line. But yeah, I like seeing Kansas State. Arizona State is something that's intriguing. Colorado gets to go play Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State. Utah will have a new quarterback and Devin Dampier, New Mexico transfer. Arizona will be interesting. You get both the Arizona teams at home, like you mentioned. Like you said, they should be undefeated opening up with BYU. That'll be a hell of a matchup. I can't wait.
And then get the Super Soakers in Folsom and see what we can see.
The Super Soakers in Folsom. Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. But man, this schedule is out. Now we're optimistic. Now we have a whole off season of stuff to see how it transpires. But interesting. Schedule is out.